Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Even though I feel like the original NieR had the better version of Song of the Ancients, NieR Automata has an overall
Don't break too quickly now.
much better soundtrack. And I feel like there are people who'd be like, "Oh no, NieR has a better soundtrack," and you know what? Your opinions are right for you. No matter what, there's no right or wrong answer here. Both games have amazing soundtracks, and I'm not gonna fight you if you think that, originally you had a better soundtrack. But I like this soundtrack more because I really like Alien Manifestation. I really like Birth of a Wish. Pascal.
Where the state ceaseth, there only commenceth the man who is not superfluous. I see. It seems this Nietzsche was quite the profound thinker. Or perhaps he skipped right past profound and went straight to crazy instead. Oh well, enough of that. I best go see the world for myself instead of burying my head in books. Uncle Pascal! Uncle Pascal! Play with us! Well, look at you. Your speaking has improved so much. But I fear that guy, remember? You played with us when we were dying, right? Of course I will. You have my word. And Uncle Pascal would never lie and break his word. Because children who lie grow up to be mean, evil machines. What's that?
Right. Now I just have to bring this to Pascal.
A2, can you hear me?
Oh, perfect.
Help, A2.
I have the materials
the
you asked me
village is
to...
in great trouble. The villagers are...
Pascal! Pascal, are you there? What the hell is going on?
Hypothesis. The valuable source of information known as Pascal has encountered difficulty. Proposal. Unit A2 should investigate Pascal's village immediately.
I'm on my way.
Wretched, weaponry? Yeah, wretched weaponry is also a really good one. This game has great songs. I can't get enough of them. And I just think they're kind of better than the NieR. Because what do you have from NieR that I actually really like? Hills of Radiant Winds, Deep Crimson Flow, Bluebird, Flow? Deep Crimson Flow, Deep Crimson Foe, Bluebird, Shadow Lord's Castle, and Song of the Ancients. Lost Forest is also not, but like, I honestly don't think they hold much of a candle compared to NieR Automata's soundtrack. And I don't know what it is, I just like it more. Yeah. You know, you talk about a game for so much and so long that you eventually stop thinking of things to say. But then after you say, like, no, I'm done, and then you're like, oh wait, I actually have one more thing to say about it. And it's like, it's this perpetual cycle of, I think I'm done. Wait a minute, I'm not. Yeah, I think I'm, no. It's how I'm feeling with this game. Is that, like, I continuously keep running out of things to say. And yet, somehow, there's one more thing.
What the hell? The machines are eating each other? Pod, where's Pascal?
Unknown. Cannot establish connection.
A2,
What happened?
I don't know. Some of the villagers suddenly went mad. They began attacking their friends. I managed to help the children flee to safety, but I fear everyone else is.
You need to get out of here before you're next. Just go. Run. I'll figure out how to handle this.
But what about you?
These guys can't touch me. Now move your ass!
Right.
I didn't realize how fast I'd be able to go through all the topics I want to talk about, because I pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about so far, as of now. So it's just, you don't realize how fast you can talk until you actually do. Because even though I was trying to go a bit slow, especially in the beginning, it feels like I went through everything I wanted to talk about a little too quickly. And it's just like, what do I talk about now? Because you can't just be like, oh, here's this little obscure fact about the thing. That's it for 10 seconds? I can't keep this up. There's only so much you could talk about this game before you either get to spoiler territory or you just have nothing else. So unless I can actually think of something else to talk about the game, I'm just gonna talk about whatever now. So in the anime Monogatari, there is a season called Tsuki Monogatari, and that opening, the opening for that is called Orange Mint. And that got me thinking that Orange Mint sounds like the worst idea on paper. Because, you know, usually you would take, you know, I assume that orange mints aren't that bad. I don't think I've ever had, if I have had one, it's probably not have been in a very long time. But the reason why I say I think it sounds like the worst idea ever for a flavor is because of toothpaste and orange juice. It is very often said that drinking orange juice after having brushed your teeth is the worst idea. I've never tried it, because I'm not stupid enough to do that, even if I am curious, which I am kind of curious now. But I'm not going to do it, because that sounds very, very stupid. But yeah, when you think about it like that, it sounds like orange mints, I wouldn't get that, and yet they exist. So it's kind of very weird, and I don't understand it. As much as I like the chair I use right now, and it's very comfortable, and I really like it a lot, I hate how squeaky it is. I've tried multiple times using like WD-40 or whatever, or some sort of oil or something, to try and get rid of the squeaks, and yet even while barely moving right now, squeaks are still audible to me. And it's very, very annoying. And it really bothers me when I'm talking on a mic. That's because I don't know whether or not it's being picked up. I'd rather not be picked up at all. Speaking of terrible things, ice cream trucks are the fucking worst. I hate ice cream trucks. They are the worst. It's just so many things about it. It's that,
Is that
like,
all? What?
the ice cream options aren't even that great. You can like go out to a, like, you can go out to like a corner store or whatever. I have a store like up the street, some sort of corner store that sells ice cream, a lot better ice cream variety than ice cream trucks do. I haven't used an ice cream truck in years, so I don't even know. But I remember having like vanilla, chocolate, and sprinkles. I remember nothing more. But yeah, they don't have a great variety as far as I remember. They might have changed it. But then there's the fact of how loud they are.
Is that all of them? Pod, scan for survivors.
Scanning. No life signs detected.
None, huh? Pascal, can you hear me?
Hey, too. How is my village? My people?
I'm sorry. I couldn't help them.
Oh no.
Are the children all right?
I've taken them to the abandoned factory.
All right. I'm on my way. Pascal, are you okay?
Me too.
So what exactly happened?
I don't know. Some of the villagers just started to feed on each other. If you hadn't come along, I'm sure we would have met the same grim fate. Thank you.
Query. We understand that machine life forms can regenerate as long as they possess the required materials. Is this accurate?
Unfortunately, we cannot regenerate our cores. Cores contain the data which forms our self-consciousness. If one is destroyed, there is no way to restore it. We usually store our cores in safe places, but this time, the villagers had their cores destroyed as well as their bodies.
I see. So is this factory safe?
It was once occupied by a cadre of fellow machines that had gone berserk. However, 2B took care of that threat. It is quite safe now. We've been using it for storage for some time.
All right. hostile if we're gonna hole up here. I wish we had more info to work with.
Proposal. Unit A2 should secure the safety of Pascal and the children immediately.
What's the hurry?
Haste is predicated on data obtained from the recently restored cross-regional pod network.
Wait, there's more of you?
Affirmative. Cross-regional data reveals a large number of machine lifeforms amassing around these ruins.
What? Pascal!
A2!
Is that all?
Alert. Enemy reinforcements are infiltrating the facility.
I'll smash them before they can reach this room.
You must let me help you! I will smash them up and kill them!
Like, you're just, all of a sudden, you just hear this song that is extremely loud, and it gets closer to you, and whatever, and it's the same song every time.
Right now we have to take them down.
Well, they might choose between like 2 or 3 songs, but either way, you hear it over and over and over again. It just gets terrible. I hate it. I hate it so much. And it's so loud. It sucks. How are they still in business? I don't understand. Do people even use them anymore? I don't know. I don't think I've ever said this. No, I haven't said this, I don't think. But compared to my normal talking, my swearing for videos is very, very subdued. Like, in normal talk, I would make a sailor blush. And, yeah, there's always a stereotype of sailors swearing a lot. And I certainly do, it's just for some reason, they don't during videos. And it must be because I do them at home. And swearing at home kind of makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. I don't know why. It just does. But yeah, I'm not being child friendly on purpose, because fuck children, they're the worst. So annoying. Hate them. The kind of slightly subdued nature is accidental. Otherwise, I don't care at all. Woo, apathy. My favorite. You know what I think is the stupidest part about school? And in concept, it's actually a pretty good thing. However, in practice, I think it's the wrong idea in most students' minds. And, you know, I get the point of it, but it's just... Fire drills feel like the dumbest and most useless thing. I somehow don't feel like they properly prepare people for a fire, because it kind of puts it in the back of the mind, in the back of people's minds that, if you know, I hear an alarm, whatever, it's just a drill. No one really. The only thing we learn is to not take alarms seriously in school. When usually, fire is we should probably start going now, fast. Not, oh, let's slowly walk to the exit and remain calm. Because that's not in a realistic situation. It's not gonna happen. It's the dumbest thing, and I get why it's a thing, but at the same time, the frequency at which it happens makes the more frequent that it happens, the less serious you take it in the case of an actual fire. Which luckily, I've never been in that kind of situation. But when I'm sure there are some people who's been in that situation and didn't take it seriously at first because they thought it was a drill. I'm convinced that that's happened at least once. So, despite them being all about safety, they feel kind of dangerous in the long run. So I'd like to address the fact that, yes, I realize I'm playing the NieR games in reverse order. I do have I do have NieR Gestalt, and I do plan on playing that and recording it eventually. However, I really wanted to play Automata, and I just played it first. So when I do the playthrough of first NieR, it's gonna be a bit weird, because unless you didn't watch this and you watched the NieR stuff first, then it's gonna be a bit weird, because you kind of know most of the things that happened, because it kind of gets referenced in this game. But at the same time, it allows me to kind of analyze it with a sort of I know what's gonna happen perspective, and how it sets it all up, and how it creates, and how it paces, and whatever, and how the story is structured, how it hides its secrets well.
They're still coming?
Fear not, A2! I can handle this!
So that's gonna be exciting when that happens. But first I have to get through the game I'm currently playing before I get to NieR.
I must protect the children!
So since the start of this year, and I'm now 10 months into this, so I've been pretty successful at it. But since the first day of this year, I have decided that I want to, for every day of the year, 365 days, I will download a song. So that means by the end of the year, I will have downloaded 365 songs, but that doesn't mean that I've listened to exclusively that much. I have to listen to a bunch of music before I find one that I'm like, yeah, I actually like that one. So, I decided on this because I was like, man, there's a lot of good music out there. I would like to listen to it. Yeah, for every day, I'll download a song, and that's what I decided on. It's worked really well. I found a lot of great music, and I guess for those of you who are like, you know what, I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna give you a few seven suggestions to get you started. So I guess I'll pull up my list and say the 7 suggestions I have. So up first, I put David Bowie's Scary Monsters and Super Creeps. Yeah, Bowie, I really enjoy Bowie's songs, and this is just another good one. Looking at this list, I realize that most of it is classic rock, but whatever, it's all good. Second, I got Steely Dan's Asia, but that's not spelled like A-S-I-A. It's spelled A-J-A. That is Steely Dan's Asia. Now here's a really long song. It's 17 minutes, but it's also really good with a fantastic guitar solo, and that would be Pink Floyd's Dogs. Dogs is a very nice song. I really like it. It's just a shame that it's so long, because I often find time where it's like, I don't want to listen to a 17-minute song, because I really love it. I love it.
A2?
Yeah. Thanks for the assist.
I fear for the children. Let us hurry to them. No, how can this?
Their own cores? They killed themselves.
How? How could this happen?
Why? Why would they do such a thing?
I taught them everything. All my thoughts and emotions. I thought it would serve them well in the future. But instead,
How would teaching them lead to something like this?
fear.
I don't understand.
I taught the children what fear is. I felt they had to know so they wouldn't rush heedlessly into danger. But instead,
Fear destroyed them. It caused them to take their own lives.
if I knew this could happen, I never would have. A2, I need your aid. I cannot live with this heartbreak inside me. I need you. I need you to delete my memories. And if not, then I need you to kill me.
Initiating hacking to cut off memory circuits.
Pod. Pascal's memories.
Understood. Initiating memory deletion procedure.
By the way, my name is Pascal. I'm the leader of this village. You promised to read and memorize that botanical field guide, remember? That's when we're done, right? Of course I will. You have my word. And I bet Pascal would never lie and break his word. Thank you, A2. Thank you.
Memory deletion complete. Reset timer activated.
Pascal.
Alert. Abnormality detected in vitals of Unit 9S. Proposal. Commence data overhaul immediately.
Pod, search for the other structural units. I need to find those authorization keys and destroy the tower.
Alert. Combat inadvisable during abnormal vital conditions.
It's fine. Run the search.
Scanning. Actively operating enemy large structural unit detected in accessible location. Marking location on map.
Hello. This is the Resource Recovery Unit. Now activating defense mode.
But up next is a much shorter song, and that is Ogre Battle by Queen. I really like the opening of that song, how it transitions from like playing songs in reverse, not songs, playing sounds in reverse and transition that into guitar, and then it continues on. It's the opening of that song is really creative, and I like it. Up next, we're straying away from classic rock, and we're going to Fly Me to the Moon, a cover done by Purple Jazz Project. This is a very relaxing song, and I linked it to a friend of mine, and I got a reply back that said like I said something akin to I had an orgasm in the first 3 seconds. So if you like jazz or you want to get into jazz, I recommend that. It's very, very good. It's a very upbeat jazz. Not really slow. I really like it. Then again, saying I really like it on this list of recommendations, of course, I would like it. That's why I'm recommending it. It's kind of redundant. Not kind of, very redundant. Up next, is Polka Dot Stingray's Telecaster Stripe. That is a Japanese rock song. I guess I'll repeat it just in case it wasn't heard or you don't feel like rewinding. Polka Dot Stingray, Telecaster Stripe. The band is Polka Dot Stingray.
Oh, I get it. I have to break the system protection before I can reach the core. Huh. So that's how it works.
Up next is a fairly longer song, but is also a really, really neat song because in one ear you got just one instrument going, in the other ear you got a different instrument going, and it just feels like two solos going on at the same time, and it's a really, really fun song. King Crimson's 21st Century Schizoid Man. It's a really, really fun song because of how weird it is, and it's fun. It's great. I really like it. Yet again with that redundancy. But yeah, if you decide to do the thing where you download a song per day, it doesn't have to be per day. You could download like 7 songs on Sunday and you'd be fine for the rest of the week. But if you decide to do one for every day of the year, then there's some places to start and to branch off that. Alternatively, a good option is to just listen to game soundtracks, which is what I mostly do anyway. That's how I build most of my music library. It's just the game I like, I'll listen to the soundtrack and pick the songs I like and whatever. So I recently noticed that I really like playing with scissors. It's just kind of like an unconscious thing that when I just get bored, or I'm just watching something and I just have this pair of scissors on my desk, and it's just like my hand gravitates towards it, and I just twirl it around my finger, or I hold it by the handle and just start playing with them. I don't know why. I guess there's just something to do with my hands. Other than jacking off, but you're not gonna do that every second of every day. I mean, you could. It's just you get physically tired after a while, but with scissors, it's just like, whatever. Just a little bit of finger twirling. So last night I was waiting to a certain time for a reason, but I was like, man, I can't wait till this time. I'm gonna be so excited. It's gonna be so much fun. And then I fell asleep. And that, I absolutely hate waiting for a certain time, because it just never feels like time moves fast enough when you're waiting. And it's just, I want to do it now. It's complete impatience. But the thing I absolutely hate the most is being idle. Because you're not doing anything. It's just time is flying away from you. And you can't do nothing about it, because what do you have to do? Nothing. You're doing nothing. And you're just searching for something to do, and not really much is coming to you. And I just hate being idle. It's the worst. Because you're not doing anything productive. You're not doing anything meaningful. You're just sitting there, waiting for something or some time to happen. It is the worst. I've said this before, and I'll say it again and again and again and again. I absolutely hate neighbors. Especially when neighbors are children. But I even have some neighbors that are nowhere near being children. But they're equally as annoying. It's just when you're really close to someone physically, in terms of they're just beyond a wall, you have to realize that you can't just be loud all the time.
That huge structure is some kind of launch platform. A structure that size could probably shoot something into space pretty easily. So this is some kind of cannon aimed at the human server on the moon?
Insufficient data. Cannot confirm or deny.
Damn it.
And yet other people are like, nah, I'm just gonna do whatever, and someone doesn't like it, well, it's tough deal, or I'm the special one, remember? No. That's a horrible way to think. It's just, I'm trying to do something, and all I hear is children screaming. It's the worst. They're so annoying. I hate it. I hate it so much. Why do children feel the need to scream anyway? It's like, just calm down. Why are you screaming? You don't really have a good reason to scream anyway. Oh, but they're children, let them do what they want. Let them spend their youth being a youth, I don't care. Just realize that you're stupid. Because, children are stupid, but whatever. But when you realize you're stupid, you kind of grow up. So, can those kids realize they're stupid already? Jesus. So recently in my film class, I was given the assignment to write a review on a horror movie. Because we're currently on the horror movie unit. But I was like, I've written a horror movie review before on the movie House. So this little review allowed me to realize two things. The first is that when I went back to rewatch House by Nobuhiko Obayashi, I was like, I forgot how much schlock was in this movie. Cause the movie looks terrible, and I know it's on purpose. It's meant to look fake and all that, because it's meant to look like a fantasy or a dreamish sort of area. But God, does it? Oh, it's wonderful how bad it looks. And it doesn't mean that I don't enjoy the movie, because I kind of like it, but it's gonna be kind of weird. We're doing a review on this as a horror movie, because it's a horror movie in the same way Evil Dead 2 is a horror movie. It's really not, but it kind of is. But then this also made me realize a second thing, because I was like, ooh, I already wrote one, let me look at what I wrote so I can gain some ideas and good starting points or whatever, and pretty much rewrite it. But I was like, man, this was terrible. This made me realize that my writing has improved vastly over of course of time and whatever, but I wrote trash, and I'm just glad that I'm able to be aware that, hey, I actually improved. I'm not as trash as I used to be, which is a good thing to realize, that you are improving on something. So I would like to point out, because I don't think I did during any other time, is that I'm not gonna be covering the DLC on this playthrough. I mean, I could, but I just don't want to. A few things. One, as, you know, if you decide to buy the game, which I hope you do, you know, there's something to look forward to and be surprised about. But I guess this can have me talk about my feelings on DLC. I really don't like it. I hate DLC. It's very, very, very rare when you find a DLC, some DLC that's like, I actually enjoyed that. But you never find anything like it. But like, other than that, whenever you see like day one DLC or DLC that comes out in like a week, it's like, did you? Well, I'm talking about paid DLC that you have to like buy and whatever, because it's like, you couldn't have added that in the game? Seriously? Did you purposely take that out so you can make a couple extra dollars? That's such a scumbag tactic. But you know, there are some good DLC out there, like in Gravity Rush 2 there's the free 2B outfit, which I guess is kind of fitting for this. Wow, I'm actually not. Ooh, here's a good example. Whenever like in Persona 5 or in Yakuza Kiwami, I think this counts as DLC. Yeah, Kiwami X. I don't think it's actually in the game, but like starting gear, like how in Persona 5 you can download like a free Soma or whatever. In Kiwami you get the Kiwami Fun Pack 1 or 2.
The Yora black box circuitry. It's made from cores from the machines? No, that can't be true. What's going on here? My body. Those are my memories. But why? That's 2B's data. I know these are just memories. But still. No, don't. Don't do this. Damn it, stop! Stay the hell out of my goddamn memories! These belong to me and me alone! Get away from them!
That's all. That makes for kind of good DLC, because it's like, oh hey, get started or whatever. You don't have to feel weak. I mean, it's optional. and yet it's free. It's nice. But being like, oh hey, if you want a Soma, cough up a few dollars or whatever. Dollars? That actually sounds very, very steep. Cough up like 50 cents. Hey, come on. It's a free Soma. No, not free. It's some Soma. It's 50 cents. Come on. You can do that, right? No. Oh, it's so trash. Downloadable content is, in theory, it's a good idea. But in practice, not so much.
You're going down. They're mine! My memories! You hear me?
This is the current status of Unit 9S?
Affirmative. His mental state has become dangerously unstable. Action must be taken immediately.
I noticed something while providing support to A2. Enemy machine lifeforms have begun sharing data with each other.
We'd better look into that.
I'll share the data with you, so see what you can find out.
Affirmative. I also have a separate report about 9S.
What is it?
I'll share the data. His psychological state has deteriorated to a grave level.
We'd better handle that quickly, too.
Agreed. Not sure what we should do, however.
Agreed. Proposal. Rest, combined with data checking and maintenance.
Agreed. I will make the suggestion immediately.
Pod. Where's the next resource recovery unit?
Alert. NFCS failure. Speculation. Failure caused by intense combat and lack of maintenance.
Near field controls are down? Great.
Proposal. Overhaul system at resistance camp.
I don't have that kind of time.
Alert. Entering battle without a functioning sword constitutes an unacceptable risk. Unit 9S should have Devila initiate repairs at the resistance camp.
Shit.
Oh dear. What happened to you?
Wounded in battle. NFCS not functioning.
I'm amazed you were even able to drag yourself here. This is gonna take a bit, so just hang tight. This is terrible. Your motor cortex is full of holes. I can't believe you even managed to walk here. All right, you're all good. 9S, I need you to promise me something. Don't die alone. I don't think 2B would want that either.
I know. Pod. Mark the next resource recovery unit on the map.
Affirmative.
Som
recovery unit. Now activating defense mode.
Over and over. That language again.
This reads God Box.
God, huh? What are these machines doing talking about gods?
Pod, why did the machines attack Pascal's village? Aren't they all the same?
Unknown.
Well, aren't you helpful?
Proposal. Unit A2 should gather further data on the current state of machine life.
Hello, and thank you for choosing Tower System Services.
Huh?
We've got some very exciting news for everyone today. There's only one lock left to remove from the tower subsystem. And in order to repay you for your faithful patronage, whoever dismantles the final subsystem will earn a special prize. Good luck!
The hell was that?
Large structural unit of machine lifeform origin activated to the east.
A large what now?
Performance
What
at
the heck is
regular
going on
intervals.
around here?
Appreciated. Unknown.
Well, let's go check out this large structural unit.
I'm actually kind of struggling to think about good DLC. I don't know. I mean, it's different than an expansion. What is some good DLC? You know it's bad. You know it's a bad system when you're like, I don't know, I can't think of a good example. And this is one case where I actually can't think of some good examples.
Pod, why did the machines attack
Alert. Excessive combat activity will put unacceptable strain on your body.
Shut up!
Negative. This support unit is assigned to Yorha Unit 9S. As such, being concerned for said unit's well-being is a requirement.
Whatever.